away the strumpet's fire.
Oh shit. Fuck. Yeah, I can't see this boss not being in the top 5 for all the Shadow of the Erdtree fights. There are some phases I don't enjoy, but otherwise it's still an amazing fight. Even just the design, it looks demonic, but at the same time, it's called a divine beast. If this list was based off of lore, I would give this character an F, because honestly, I can't tell what's worse in terms of lore. The Hornsen's experiments on Marika's people, or Mesmer's genocide on the Hornsen. All in all, it's still a cool fight. The phase transitions are cool, but god, why did we need this phase? I honestly wish we got more lore for R'Lana. I know she's meant to be one of Mesmer's faithful followers, but I wish she at least got a cutscene. I mean, tons of Dark Souls 2 bosses got cutscenes, and half of them weren't even that sick. Why can't we get one for this character? She has the aesthetic of Pontiff Sullivan and the speed of Lady Maria, I guess. I honestly can't speak on Lady Maria because I haven't played Bloodborne yet. I do like the callback to Pontiff Sullivan's fight where both of his swords had 2 different abilities with fire and magic, where in this it's one sword has the carrion magic and the other has Mesmer's flame. Again, the fight's great, but I do wish we got a little bit more background on her so she could be a more interesting character. Wait, but I thought I was the Lord of Frenzied Flame. What? One of the coolest and thematic bosses of the DLC. If you did the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending, and you walk into this room assuming that you're the only Lord of Frenzied Flame in this world, well, you're wrong. I mean, we're still the true king of the lands between and the realm of shadow. But this fight to me really put in perspective how strong madness is in this world. And if you do go mad in this fight, you're probably already dead. This is the one area of lore that I don't really know much about, and I never really researched on Vadi's channel either. But I know that Frenzied Flame is a big part of the lands between and the lore. It's known to be one of the strongest outer gods in the story. But if you're watching, you'll know that's just false. Holy fuck! I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of dragon fights in Elden Ring, but they definitely did something special with this fight. Many Souls fans might say this is the Midir of the DLC. I totally understand that, and I respect that opinion, but I do think that this fight is better than Midir. At least cinematically. I mean, you can't make this shit up. This looks amazing. It's even better than Placidus Axe. I still like Placidus Axe, but where Placidus Axe was a bit more slow, this fight is so much faster, and it's such a spectacle to watch and see him fly around and shoot lightning bolts at you, and then just land and just cause tons of eruptions out of the ground. I don't even know. He definitely has something that you can't find in many other dragon fights in any of the Souls games. Some hitboxes can still be a bit shitty, but at the same time, I can forgive those due to just how crazy and fun this fight is. It can be long sometimes, but it's honestly worth it. And finally, the #1 perfect Shadow of the Erdtree fight. You cannot tell me one bad thing about this boss fight. It's hard, and yet at the same time, it's easy. The music is perfect, the lore is perfect, and it's great that we finally get to meet the character that caused all this chaos and tyranny in the Land of Shadow. He's definitely my second favorite Soulsborne boss of all time, but I do think Slave Knight Gale is just better in general. But Mesmer is a truly tragic and sad character since he was abandoned with all of his knights and friends in the Land of Shadow by his mother and was never contacted by her again and was forced to stay here forever. He's devoted to the cause, but at the same time, he wishes he could just end it. He despises his curse and flame, and yet he lets it consume him. I actually do have one very small criticism, is that many people have brought this up, that the first phase is generally harder than the second phase. If you do make mistakes in the second phase, then yeah, it can be, but if you don't really, then you'll see that Just not as difficult as the first phase where he's much quicker. But he's definitely a 10 out of 10 boss for me for the DLC and just Elden Ring in general. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
America.